this is Fereidoon from totalelectricaltraining.co.uk, and in this video I'm going to do a review on Raspberry Pi Smart Car, which is for adult and young adult education. Let's see what's inside. Smart sensor car kit for Raspberry Pi. Pi car 4WD, 4-wheel drive. Okay, inside there you have two boxes. A bigger one. Good. You've got the mini CD for some found the STEM education. Included is codes and user manual. Phillips screwdriver, a battery holder with its connection. Now the batteries that go in here, they're not normal standard AA batteries or AAA batteries. They are rechargeable batteries, 18650 batteries, which you have to purchase separately, and the links are in the description of this video. You can find the links for that one. Also, the Raspberry Pi card or the board Raspberry Pi itself is not included. You have to purchase that separately. Again, the link is in the description of this video. You can find that there. There's different versions of them, that they come in different versions, but I've put the best one that I recommend. This is servo motor with its connection, a ribbon, a few zip ties, and an encoding disc. Two of them, two encoding discs. A bag of bolt and nuts and spacers, stand-offs to assemble the boards, the electronic boards. And you have the chassis of the car. You have the bottom plate and the top plate and the ultrasound sensor holder frame and all the other bits that go with it for the spoiler and all the other ones. Connecting cables with the connectors. Each one is for a different board and you can't go wrong with them. You can't connect them the wrong way around. They just don't connect that way. Then in the other box you have 4WD module, This is the ultrasound module. This is the 2-channel photo interrupter module, photo sensor. And the last module is a 3-channel grayscale module, grayscale sensor module. Then you have 4 motors with their connectors, nicely assembled. It's tight here so they don't get disconnected from the soldering part of the motors. Four of those, and 4 wheels. That's what's included in the package. So we're going to, as you're watching this, my kids and I will be following all the instructions and we'll be building this together. Enjoy it. Raspberry Pi, this is a Raspberry Pi car, a smart car. You actually need a Raspberry Pi or Pi card, or you can do it with Arduino Uno. I'm going to build it and program it with this card, which is the Arduino Uno card, instead of the Raspberry Pi. So because of that, because I'm using this, I'm using my own motor shield as well, which is this shield expansion board, which goes on top of that. The links to buy these, because the package doesn't include these, to buy these, I'll put the links down in the description so you can find your own Arduino Uno R3 and the expansion board, which fits on top of that and connects to the motors and everything else, to the sensors and everything else. So we're using these instead of the expansion card or the shield board that they've given us, and the Pi that you would have to buy. Alright, because I'm improvising this car with Arduino Uno and the expansion shield board, I also need the drive board, which is L298N, and I need to basically bolt this to the middle or to the first chassis. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make 4 holes here because this wasn't designed for that. This was designed for Raspberry Pi. So to do that, I'm just going to make 4 holes here, leaving this hole open so we can thread wires through it. It needs to be around here. I'll do it from this end. Just mark the holes. Now what we need to do is a servo motor. Comes with more than what you need for this car. Only need this thing. The car is mechanically all built. All the physical parts are there apart from the PI card. as I said, this card, this smart card was designed for Raspberry Pi card, but because they are very versatile and they can be used with Arduino Uno, so all it is at the moment, what you see is a very solid, sleek chassis, 2 layers. It is very durable material, and the battery holder, 4 motors, the line tracker unit or module, the encoders, 2 encoders on the back motors, and the interrupter unit or module, and also the ultrasound module, and to avoid objects or to be used as object follower. And the last bit that we need to put on there is the Raspberry Pi card. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to use Arduino Uno card, Arduino Uno R3, and on top of that Shield expansion board. Now, because the pins here are designed for Raspberry and this card would be smaller, it fits the 2 holes on the front, but the back 2 won't. So to do that, this actually, when I buy this, you can do the same. I'll put the links down in the description. When I bought this card, it comes with this container. It's got all the holes for the connections to come out, and also a couple of slots here on the top, so as you lock it in, you can still put the Shield expansion board on top of it with no problem. It just pins, it goes into the pins nicely. There you go, and it sits there. You can now put this on top of these pins and put the nuts there, tighten it, and it'll be solid, and then wire it up, and of course program it and put the code there, and that's ready to go. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to connect this to that. Connect the plastic container to this so the electronic boards can sit on them. You can program different things. You can make this a line tracker, obstacle avoider, or object follower. All the links that are down there in the description of the video. You can find them and buy everything you need to get this done. Alright, this is Sunfounder's website. When you go there, you have different types of cars, robots, different types of kits, learning kits, and robot kits, projects, etc. Now, on the robot kits, you can find your type of robot that you purchased. Mine is this one. So if you click on that, you see a whole host of information. It's basically instruction manual for building it, putting it together, assembling all the physical mechanical parts together, and then downloading the code or the program, programming it, and everything else basically is there, well in full detail. This is how we follow. Basically, you can just go through all these step by step, and when you click on each one, let's just say hardware assembling, when you go there, you see again step by step in detail with pictorial diagrams, everything well laid out in full details, showing you how to put them together. All the bolts and nuts, spaces, everything is named, titled, so you can find them, and
in the pack also you get them all labeled. Everything is labeled out, so you know which screw is going where and which board is going where, and you know all the directions are there. It's very well made and instructed. So this is the car I have shown you in the video. This is my Pi car, and the details of building it, assembling it together mechanically is here, and then assembling the motor on its own again separately, showing you in details again how to do that. And then when you go up to, you see each one has its own step-by-step instruction. Then download the code of preparation, set up your Raspberry Pi, because with this you need a Raspberry Pi card, and it tells you how to prepare that, then how to download the code and compile it in your Raspberry card and get it all programmed and start playing and working. It's all step by step from scratch, from the beginning point to the end, and you don't need to be a programmer, you don't need to be having any special skills, engineering mindset or anything, but it is good for people to develop their skills, their DIY skills, engineering, particularly electronic and electrical engineering, programming, coding, everything is there. Particularly I would recommend this for adults or young adults. It's good for anyone, really, anyone with talents or interests in engineering, electrical or computing, coding, those kind of things. It's all good. So this is the website, and it's got everything in details there, so you don't have to worry about whether you have to have special skills or qualifications. You don't have to have anything. Everything is there in details, and it tells you how to wire all the boards together, connect them, where to connect them, how to code it, how to upload the program, and how to assemble it, and how to get it all moving.